this shit. Got my fucking stomach in, never eat a fucking again. Better pray for all my sin, I don't feel no pain again. Fucking quit, got my fucking stomach in, I don't need a fucking again. Suffer now for all my sin, never feel no pain again. If I'm what I eat, then I must be nothing. If I'm what I eat, then I must be nothing. If I'm what I eat, then I must be nothing. If I'm what I eat, then I must be nothing.
Waking up like I ain't broke. All I need is fucking smoke. While I fucking walk, drink another fucking coke. Food just make me wanna choke. Got my stomach out like smoke. No, that's not a fucking joke. Clear my plate, I'd rather croak. Extra shit like a bad plot. Mentally, all I do is rot. Feels like I've been fucking shot. Fuck this life, I only set my lot. Why so fat? Why so fat? You so ugly, got no tats. Why so fat? Why so fat?
Now you feel just like a man.
If I'm what I eat, then I must be nothing. If I'm what I eat, then I must be nothing. If I'm what I eat, then I must be nothing. If I'm what I eat, then I must be nothing.
Feel so nauseous, I can't eat. All I want's to fucking sleep. Caught it out, that's not a leap. I won't, so I'd rather weep. Fuck this shit, I don't know why. Makes me wanna fucking die. All I do is fucking cry. You won't see me eye to eye. I ain't hungry, eat no steak. Want no bake for your cake. Fuck them bitches, they all fake.
They just judge them on a snake.
Bile in my throat when I see a fucking note. I don't want to fucking choke. All I need's an antidote. When I die, so she wrote. If I'm what I eat, then I must be nothing. If I'm what I eat, then I must be nothing. If I'm what I eat, then I must be nothing. If I'm what I eat, then I must be nothing.
Holy shit. Okay. Yo, what up? Welcome. Okay. Muted. Fucking gay. Okay. Welcome, everyone. Yeah, I was just saying, is this the first stream that I've done on my channel since I cut my hair? Maybe. Maybe. On this channel, maybe. Well came. Well came. I don't know what that means, but hell yeah. This is long overdue. I know, right? God, we streamed like so many times on Underhaven last week. We did like 3 different streams on Underhaven. Don't be greedy, y'all. Don't get greedy. Do a flip. I can't do a flip. I'm gonna do a hair flip. Gay. You guys are gay. You're all gay. But so am I. Writing a cursed orchestra piece while listening. Dope. That sounds hot. Cursed orchestras are the best. Why would you want one that's not cursed? Nice haircut though. Thank you. Oh, I streamed on Friday. I did like a 30-minute post reject stream, which if you guys don't know what that is, if me and Annie are doing stoned rejects and Annie's done, but for whatever reason I still got streaming energy in me, I'll come over here and do a little bit of a stream on my own. I don't know, maybe I should do those on Underhaven. Nah, because I mean, that way there's actually content here. I don't know. Yeah, I should just like keep streaming. I'll like keep the stone. I'll like, okay, Annie, you can go to bed. I'm gonna just chill in this same stream for like 30 minutes. No. I had to do at least one stream on this channel, okay? And I did. I streamed at least, actually no, I streamed twice last week. I did one stream talking about the fucking shitty Sia movie. And I did the post rejects. So it's fine. It's good. Stop bitching. Stop bitching. Okay? You fucking ungrateful ingrates. Fucking pieces of garbage. How dare you be insolent towards your queen? This insolence will not be accepted. Dissonant clarinets are really something. Yeah, dude. I don't know what that means, but that sounds dope. I'm not an orchestra writer, clearly. McDonald's has a new chicken sandwich. Imagine eating at McDonald's. I don't know. I can't. I really can't. It's hard. It's hard for me to eat at McDonald's. McDonald's makes me feel really gross. What? Sorry about your autistic friend? I'm sorry for your autistic friend if they had to see that monstrosity of a movie that Sia made. God damn it. It's ruined. It's ruined. Chocolate milk does not go good with lipstick, guys. Lesson learned. Lesson learned. Yeah. I swear to God. I swear to God. Dude, it is a... Hang on. Hang on. What? Why did that go away? Oh, game capture. What? What? Why? What is... Holy fuck. Okay. Don't know why the fuck that's doing that. But look, guys. See, the failures of Sia's autistic vanity film. It was a vanity film. That's exactly what it was. I agree. I'm gonna... I like her channel. I'm gonna watch that later. Because fuck that movie. Oh my god, that movie. I'm still pissed about that movie. We don't talk about that movie here. I'm gonna talk about whatever the fuck I want to talk about. I don't know what you're on about, dude. Talk about everything. So how's everyone doing tonight? Welcome White Flags 2, welcome Underhaven, Annie. Welcome Realize TV, welcome Ravenous Bean, and anyone else who might be watching. Fuck yeah. Hope y'all are doing good. Hope y'all are having an amazing night. You know, I really... How do I say this without being too generalizing? I really get annoyed at uncharitable people. And I don't mean uncharitable in the sense of, you know, donating to charities. When I say uncharitable, I mean people who are uncharitable in the way they interact with other people, uncharitable in the way they view people's intentions and just things in general. Like, I'm just getting more and more salty or annoyed. Not salty, just annoyed at like how uncharitable fucking people are when they don't like something. But then they will be super charitable in a dishonest way when they like something, right? So when someone gets canceled in the canceled, that doesn't mean anything, but okay. When someone gets canceled in the media and everyone gets pissed, or hang on. I should say when certain people get pissed, okay? Because here's what happens when there's like some controversy. Let's say Marilyn Manson. There's a good example. Marilyn Manson has a controversy. There's people out there who You know, they already have a bias against Manson, so they go, oh, well, obviously he's guilty. Then there's people who have a bias towards Manson who say, oh, well, honestly, he's innocent. And honestly, I try to be charitable no matter what. I try to be. But it's fucking hard because sometimes someone will say or do something that, like, pisses me off. And it'll piss me off so much that I don't care how much I liked them before. And I'll just be like, yeah, no, fuck you. And the less I liked them prior probably has something to do with that. Because, see, and here's why I'm trying to figure out, am I doing it too? Because I look at Manson, and I like Manson. I don't want to believe that he's the piece of shit that people say he is. But I'm also fully aware that he's perfectly capable of being so. So, am I being too charitable? Am I being dishonestly charitable? And trying to be like, well, we don't have all the facts yet. Did Manson do something? God damn it. Clearly you haven't been paying attention to the media. Hang on. No, Manson's been accused of a bunch of abuse. He's been accused of sexual and physical abuse and all kinds of shit. And look, I don't know. I don't know whether or not he did it. I am not AFK. I go AFK for like 10 seconds tops. Yeah, I'm not a Twitch streamer. I'm not one of those channels that like is live all day and then spends like 3 hours like with my fucking camera on and nothing going on. Anyway, but what I wanted to talk about more overall is like general charitability. Okay, because let's put that fucking cancel culture shit aside. I think that shit muddies the conversation. What I'm annoyed with is the very uncharitable way of looking at things that you get from people who are more, not always, but usually more right-leaning, or just more pessimistic in general. Okay, and right-wing people tend to be more pessimistic in general. So, I find it ironic from a group of people who are talking about, you know, always talking about the virtues of charity, you know, and how good that is and how much we need, you know, charities in our society. You know, that's how we help people that are in need, you know, charities are a good thing. You know, and people want to talk about, oh, well, this person's a good person because they donate to charity. I'm a good person because I donate to charity. First of all, I think charities are a hot take. I think charities are a bad thing. I really do. I think we now, as they are right now, they serve a good function. But overall, I don't think they should exist. I don't think they should need to exist. So I want to make that clear before I go into my overall rant about charity. Because overall, I think that being charitable is what's far more important. Being a charitable person, having a charitable worldview, being willing to not just assume the worst of people is extremely fucking important. And it's hard because I see a lot of people on the left that are really uncharitable as well. I think, honestly, all of us have our society in general has a charitability problem, you know? We think we can do one type of charity, but not another. You know, we think, hey, yeah, I give money to the poor. But honestly, what's far more important for our society to progress and be actually decent to each other is just having a generally charitable worldview. Being generally charitable with other people. Not assuming the worst. Being willing to hear people out, see where people are coming from, and being able to work towards common goals, you know? Like, I swear to fucking God, I'm so sick of, like, you know, cuz look, I get that a lot of people, I'm going to bring it back to the Manson thing. I get that a lot of people like Manson and want to be charitable towards him. But I also want to be charitable towards the supposed victims. These people have never done anything, at least to my knowledge, and granted, if more evidence comes out, I might change my tune, but overall, to my current knowledge, these people have never done anything to deserve an uncharitable or unfavorable viewing. However, God damn it. Like, they've never given me a reason not to trust them, right, as people. And I also know that victims can be very hard to... As a victim, it can be very hard to tell your story in a way that is believable. There's a lot of anxiety and a lot of pain that goes along with talking about something that is traumatic that happened to you. And I, for one, look, as much as I'd love to be, and I will be until more evidence, or I'd see more evidence, charitable to Marilyn Manson, I also don't want to be uncharitable to the people who are claiming abuse. And in a lot of cases, I think when we have this, like, anti-Me Too narrative that's pushed, it pushes an idea that we need to be uncharitable to someone who claims to be a victim. We need to assume that they must be lying because they must have something to gain from it, and that they're probably full of shit. I want to remind people that, and I don't know why this needs saying, but we live in a society where rich, powerful, famous people, politicians, celebrities, movie stars, artists, have a lot of power. They have a lot of power and they have a lot of influence in our culture. And while, yes, I am fully aware that we can get some amazing art from some terribly fucked up people, I also want to point out that the more we venerate these people and put them on a pedestal, which our society has done more and more over the years, the more power they have, the more influence they have, and for a lot of these people, the less responsibility. Because people are able to just pretty much say whatever they want, live their lives, be abusive assholes, and get away with it. A lot of people get away with abusive behavior on a regular basis. A lot of horrible people are not held responsible for their terrible actions, and that's a problem. Look, I want to make this clear. Being a celebrity of any kind, whether you're Morgan Freeman big, Donald Trump big, Kanye West, Or you're someone like Marilyn Manson, who's slightly more underground, or even more underground than that. You're someone like you're an internet celebrity. You're someone like TJ or Vosh, or even going all the way down the ladder, you're someone like me. It is a privilege and a responsibility to have an audience that listens to you, to have a group of people that look up to you in any way. So why are we allowing people the privilege of just getting away with anything? That's what the Me Too movement seeks to rectify. Because at the end of the day, a lot of people are given the privilege and the power of celebrity. Again, at whatever level that is. And a lot of people abuse that power. And it's not okay. And I think it's a good thing for our society to say that's not okay. Charities were originally started to help people of the lower class by the lower class. Rich people made it a game to donate to them, and now if you donate money to a charity, you get a tax cut. It's horrible. Yeah, that's one of the reasons I don't think charities should exist. I also, again, like I said before, I don't think they should need to exist. I'm a socialist. I want enough social programs, welfare programs, I want housing. I want fucking universal health care, universal education, universal fucking food stamp programs. Okay? I want for not a single person in this country to go homeless, hungry, or untreated for an illness. And we can do that, by the way. The reason I bring that up is actually to circle back and say, look, am I having an uncharitable view of rich people when I say the only reason they give to charities is to get tax breaks? Which I'm not even saying that, but and sure, that's a little bit uncharitable. Because there's definitely people out there who donate to causes that they genuinely care about and they genuinely feel like they are doing good. So I think we should be charitable to charitable people, okay? I'm not suggesting that we just assume ill intent on everybody. However, that is true. Power corrupts. And we know that. So there needs to be a certain level of accountability at every level. Because accountability is important. And personally, I want rich people to be held accountable. I want poor people to be held accountable. I want charities to be held accountable. I want the government to be held accountable. And when you remove the ability for someone to do a thing that is generally harmful to society, well, then you eliminate the need to be charitable or not be charitable, right? So if we institute higher taxes for the rich, make it harder for them to avoid paying these taxes, then we don't got to worry about what they're doing with their money or what they're not doing with their money. Because we can say, well, you know what? We don't care. At least the fucking government's getting its fair share. It's going back into the system. Fucking capitalism keeps on turning. Still enough money for the rest of us? Oh. I'm literally looking at Trump's charities. Yeah, Trump's charities need to be held accountable. But anyway, I don't mean to like muddy the waters of what I'm talking about with the idea of just charity in general, because I am trying to be more it was more of a linguistic connection. Because at the end of the day, I think a society in which everybody tries to be charitable towards one another, tries to be understanding and compassionate and kind, and not just make shitty assumptions of everybody constantly, I think that's a better society. And trust me, look, I'm going to say this. I do this, a lot of lefties do this, and we got to work on it. I'm pretty fucking uncharitable to right-wingers. Now, I have good reason for not trusting right-wingers and not trusting their inherently dishonest-sounding arguments, okay? For example, when a lot of right-wingers like to bring up puberty blockers or trans people and the trans women in sports specifically, or bathrooms or whatever, I view it as being a concern troll, okay? And I normally dismiss it as such. You're concern trolling. That's my same thing when it comes to like the abortion arguments of you're killing babies. You're concern trolling. You don't actually care. Now, can I know these people don't actually care? No. I can make certain arguments based on what based on the actions these people take. I can be like, oh, well, you're a person who's never cared about the WNBA, never watched women's Olympic sporting events, never given a fuck about this shit in the slightest, and you seem to be just pretty fucking transphobic in general. So why am I gonna believe you when you say, oh, trans women in sports? Especially when you're a fucking misogynist in general that doesn't seem to care all that much about women even. Like, it just makes me kind of go, yeah, okay, I'm not buying it. But I think we need to be careful with that. I do. I think we got to be careful. We can't make those assumptions of all people. And that's something I'm trying to work on. I feel like I've ended up assuming the worst of a lot of right-wingers in a lot of situations, and just kind of assuming that they're being dishonest or whatever. And again, a lot of times they are. But unfortunately, even when an argument is dishonest, it's still an argument. It's still being put forth. Still on the table. We still have to refute it. Centrism. Yeah, I personally... Oh, centralist. What? You said centralist, but then you said centrism. I feel like those are two different things. Personally, I don't like centrists in the traditional sense, because I think most people that identify as centrists, or that are objectively in the center, are, well, for one thing, they're too far to the right, okay? If you look at the Overton window in our country, you've got the left, you got the right, and then you've got the Democratic Party and the Republican Party, right? I wish I had a fucking whiteboard. Yeah, fucking War Corp should give me his whiteboard. I'd actually fucking use it. Let me see. Should I do a paint stream like Vosh? Both center-left and center-right politics involve a general association with centrism. What were you saying? That is combined with leaning somewhat to their respective sides, left-right political spectrum. Okay. I get that. Hang on. However, holy fuck. Okay, I can't open Paint. Like I said, we got left wing over here, we got right wing over here, then we have Republican Party, Democratic Party, and all the way over here, like, there's no parties over here. There's no parties in the left, okay? And I'll be honest, center isn't good enough for me. Center isn't even close to good enough. Liberal isn't even good enough. Because liberals don't care either. Liberals are fine with the status quo. Centrists are fine with the status quo. I mean, liberals are centrists. Let's be clear, okay? What we need is leftism. True fucking leftism, okay? We need to go to the left. We need to decommodify certain industries. We need to promote democracy in the workplace. We need to promote workers' rights, unions, free healthcare, all of that shit. All of that stuff requires moving more to the left. Being on the center will get you nowhere. Being on the center means you literally just want to sit here where we are and do nothing. Because I'm really fucking tired of centrists trying to do this bullshit of like, well, both parties are actually the same if you think about it. Because no, both parties are not the same. That doesn't mean both parties are good or any party is good. Both parties are still bad, but you have to be nuanced enough to be able to actually look at the differences between these two parties and tell the difference and say, wait, okay, we look at Republicans, Democrats, who's doing better? Obviously, Republicans are doing way worse. I think the longer we squibble over political ideologies, the longer the government will continue to fuck us. There needs to be a concerted effort from all leftists to convince, not demonize others. I'm not demonizing others. Trust me, I'm not demonizing anyone. I'm trying to explain what my problem with centrism is. Okay? If you want to identify as a centrist all you want, but realize if you go around using that label, what you are advocating for, which is basically nothing. At least in this country. That doesn't mean you can get nothing done as a centrist. It just means you can get tiny little tweaks of things that are broken, but ultimately it's like, okay, where do you go from there? Green violence, green political environmentalism, nonviolence, social justice, participatory democracy, grassroots democracy, gender equality, LGBT rights, anti-war, anti-racism, and eco-socialism. Yeah, you're a leftist. I'm sorry, you're a leftist. Green Party is left-centered? Okay, you're viewing like the parties as if the parties dictate what's left or right. No, like I said, but all the parties are on the right. Even the fucking Green Party is just barely on the left. Okay, the Green Party is kind of on the left, but they also have no chance of ever fucking winning, so I view them as kind of irrelevant. I feel like as a centrist, you just kowtow to the right because they're very powerful. Yes, and that's my problem. Look, I'm not trying to demonize centrists. I'm just trying to make people realize that for a lot of people, not everyone who thinks there's or views themselves as a centrist, but for a lot of people that identify as being in the center, you are effectively a right-winger. I know a lot of people don't like that idea, but I mean, Tim Pool is one of the biggest fucking icons of pretending to be on the left, but actually, or pretending to be center left leaning, but actually completely simping for the right in every way possible. And that's not good, because effectively now Tim Pool is a right winger. Tim Pool pushes right wing ideology, right wing propaganda. He can say he's on the left or in the center or whatever all he wants, but effectively he is a right winger. The nuance basically comes down to social issues that Dems have used for decades as a facade for progressivism. Financially, they have been pretty much Republicans, which is disgusting. Okay, but don't fucking act like social issues aren't important. Okay? There might not be a lot of social issues that affect you directly, but there's a shit ton of people in this country who are suffering because of social policies that are not good. And yeah, financially they're still fucking terrible. Which is why we shouldn't be pushing them to the center. We should be pushing them to the left. If we could actually wait, I wasn't saying you were demonizing. I just see that mentality a lot. Right-wingers are too far gone. They're just morons. Most young right-wingers are just products of propaganda from their parents. Oh, yes, I completely understand that. And that's, I don't know if you were here at the beginning of my stream, but that's what I was getting at when I said, look, at the same time, we need to be more charitable to people, okay? There's a reason why I talk a lot about positions that I used to hold, bad ideas that I used to have, and make fun of them, but also try to be understanding of myself. Because look, I mean, at the end of the day, you don't control what you're taught growing up, and you don't control the information that you're exposed to up until a certain point. So I can understand, and you can't control a lot of experiences that happen to you. So I understand why people come to certain political positions. I do. My only goal is to explain to people what I believe to be helpful and not helpful. I think politics in general are poison to society, and we should not be party-centered. I agree. I don't like the parties. And politics is very dumb, but also important. Okay? Never forget that that good old Vosh proverb. Okay? Yo, what up, Elena Fox? Welcome. So yeah, look, like I said, I want to be charitable to right-wingers, especially young right-wingers, because trust me, I was a young right-winger that was indoctrinated by my parents. So I get that. And this is why I try not to hate on individual people so much as I hate on the ideology. Because right-wing ideology is evil, dangerous, destructive, and just horrible. Horrible. But right-wing people are just people. And that's important to remember. That's why I don't want, like, look, if someone comes in my community and they're right-wing, you're welcome to stay. You're welcome to watch. I'm going to try and pull you over, but I'm never going to say you're not allowed to be here. Or I don't want you here. If we got the Green Party as president, the entire structure would collapse. You got that backwards. I think the entire structure would have to collapse in order to get the Green Party in office. It's a nice thought, though. Look, there's a lot of uncharitability that goes on, and one particular brand of it that I kind of want to talk about, and I know some people might get upset, and I want to preface this at saying, once again, I know where this mindset comes from, but this overall sentiment in the online left of uncharitability towards every Democrat ever. Look, is the Democratic Party terrible? Yes. Are they even close to good enough? No. But that does not mean that every single one of them is at all times sitting there behind the scenes in their layers scheming, just rubbing their hands together. Can't wait to take more of that money from the working people. Can't wait to see more of them suffer. Like, that really is the vibe I seem to get from a lot of lefties. That seems to be what a lot of people view the Democrats as being, lefties and right wingers, but a lot of people in general. Okay, a lot of people in general. Is this bullshit of like, oh, the left did something we don't like. It must be because they're evil and want to fuck us over. That's Joe Manchin. That's Trump. Yes, okay, I will admit those people exist. Joe Manchin, Trump, Mitch McConnell, okay? Trust me, there's more of them. We know that. And a lot of these people are corrupted, which is horrible. But at the same time, I think a lot of people forget, a lot of these people become politicians because they do want to make a change. People like Pelosi. Nancy Pelosi started her career wanting things like Medicare for all and a higher minimum wage and better education. And throughout the years, she tried to push her policies, and they went nowhere. And what do you think you learn when you're in a system that's bigger than you, that seems to be against you at every turn? And I'm not saying this is necessarily Pelosi at the end of the day, but when maybe Warren, maybe Elizabeth Warren. This is probably closer to Elizabeth Warren. When you go into a system wanting to change that system, but realizing that the entire system is stacked against you, what do you think is the lesson you take away from that? That this is pointless, that my ideals are never going to become reality. This is just silliness. This isn't going to happen, this is wishful thinking, this is utopian thinking. And again, I disagree with all of that. All of it. But at the end of the day, I understand why they end up feeling that way. So I kind of understand why there's some Democrats out there that don't have the same view as us, as like, we need Medicare for all now. We need a $15 minimum wage now. And that doesn't mean they're not still fighting for those things. That doesn't mean they're not still going to try and do those things. It just means they've hit a roadblock and they're not fighting as hard as we would, which, albeit, is a problem. But at the end of the day, that doesn't necessarily spell ill intent, which is my point. Joe Biden has been in office for like a month. And I already see people like Jimmy Dore trying to blame Biden for COVID, trying to blame him for things getting worse when things are getting better COVID-wise. I mean, not by a lot, but, you know, vaccines rolling forward, stuff like that. They've gotten better since Biden, but we want to have the uncharitable take and view it as, oh, he's still not doing enough and he doesn't care. He's not doing enough and he doesn't care. At least not as much as he should. I don't think he doesn't care at all, though. And that doesn't mean he's going to do good. But I've said this a million times, and I'm not going to stop. Our criticisms toward Biden need to be pointed. They need to be rational and strategic. Because otherwise, they're not going to take us seriously. They're going to view us as crying, screaming, whiny children. Nothing is ever good enough for us. $1,400, not even good enough. We want $2,000, which again, we should get $2,000. But I don't know, guys. I just get the sense that this is going to be a long 4 years. I really do. The online left is like I don't know, dude. A child with a hammer. Thinking that's the only tool they need to move forward. Approaching every fucking problem with the same tool. A hammer. And it's like, I'm sorry, we need to be more strategic than that. The Democrats suck. But there's ways to make them suck less. And we can't give up. Even if the fucking $15 minimum wage was struck down. Okay, now we need to keep talking about that. We want a $15 minimum wage. What are you talking about? We will not accept anything less. I mean, goddamn, take to the streets if you need to. March outside of Washington and be like, we will not accept any less than $15 minimum wage, you know? Where is that, by the way? Where is that from Mr. Jimmy Dore and his ilk? Why aren't they screaming from the rooftops right now? Give us $15 minimum wage or we're going to primary every single one of you. Almost because maybe that would be a little more effective. And some people don't want to be effective. I don't know. Despite what Paul says, harm reduction is always a better choice. Yeah. Imagine being such a cynical fucking douchebag that you laugh at the harm reduction. You're reducing harm. What an idiot. Like, yeah. Reducing harm is a good thing, guys. If what is it? If reusing your plastic bags from the grocery store reduces harm to the environment, but getting paper bags instead reduces even more harm. I'm not saying that's necessarily the case. I'm just saying as an example. Which option do you think is better? Obviously, the one that reduces more harm. The only way to change the Dems is to run a charismatic leftist who will... Guys, no! You realize that's not what happened when we got the civil rights movement passed, right? You realize that's not necessarily the only way to change things. It can be a good way to move things forward, but it is not the only way. Stop saying that. There actually, you know what? I don't like that term in general. The only way is this. The only way. There is no only way. Get that bullshit out of your head. There is no only, this is the only way. No. No. There are many ways forward, and we should take advantage of all of them, or of as many of them as we can. Yes, we should work on getting a charismatic leftist in office. Absolutely. But until that happens, what, should we spend the next 3 years just on our asses? Being like, okay, well, the only way is to get a fucking charismatic leftist in office who will bring sweeping change. So let's, got nothing left to do is sit back and wait. No. We need to advocate for change now. We need to go after the Democratic Party now. We need to pull them over now on any issues we possibly can. It's the best, fastest way. Is it the fastest way to improve healthcare in this country? Waiting 4 years for Medicare for All to be passed? Which Medicare for All is going to start with a public option anyway, and is going to take 4 to 8 years to implement? Or getting the public option rolling now because we're pushing the Democratic Party and saying, no, you agreed to a public option. We want that now. What is clearly getting it done, getting a half measure done now is faster. Yeah, there's zero chance Joe Biden would entertain the idea. What? What are you talking about? Joe Biden already said yes to a public option. It's just not being passed yet. I don't think it's reached the floor yet. They both said yes to it. What are you talking about? The issue now is keeping them on it. The issue now is not letting them fucking go back on it. They already both agreed to it. They ran on the idea, yeah. To a public option Obamacare stand-in. Okay, get the Obamacare shit out of your head, okay? Look, everyone knows there's holes in Obamacare. I'm pretty sure even fucking Biden has admitted that. Any bill that goes through would hopefully seek to be better than Obamacare. Which, by the way, even if it is just Obamacare, that's still better than what we have now, which is nothing. Trump got rid of Obamacare. I'd rather go back to Obamacare than spend the next 4 years with nothing. This is what I'm saying. Yes, it would be great if we could get a Bernie Sanders in office, but that's not the end of the road until the next election. There's more to do. Nah, nothing. Wait. Nah, nothing is better for me while I'm young. I don't like health insurance bills. Good for you, motherfucker. See, this is what I fucking said. For you don't need Obamacare. Obamacare wouldn't do shit for you, so you don't want it. You don't care. But for a lot of people who have zero health care, they need that. It would be an improvement. For me, it would be an improvement. So you can sit there all you want and say, well, I don't need it. That's the same reason that a lot of boomers wouldn't vote for Bernie in the fucking first place. That's the same reason middle-class fucking well-to-do white people didn't vote or care about Bernie Sanders, because they looked at his policies, and even if they could agree that they were better than the alternative, at the end of the day, they made the same calculation that you're making right now and said, I don't need that though. So why does it doesn't benefit me, so why should I bother? Real nice. Like, that tune will change as soon as you get your first hospital bill. Wait, are you talking to me or Xenodroid, dude? Because, again, I'd rather have a hospital bill that's expensive but affordable than a hospital bill that leaves me in decades of debt. Okay. Wait. For boomers who can't afford it, maybe? I don't know what you're on about. Should put me in office. I can make Republicans' life hell. Look, I'm not advocating making Republicans' life hell, although I do want to eliminate the rich class. I want to make life good for everybody. I mean, some people that are ridiculously wealthy, yeah, I want to knock them down a few pegs. They are leeches on our system. They are hoarding wealth that should be circulating in the economy, but it's not. And because of that, we can't afford things like healthcare and housing and education. Or we can, it just is harder to do. I've paid off hospital bills in the range of $400 to $500 in a matter of weeks through payments. My health insurance bill was literally that much every month. Okay. And maybe under a new public option bill, it'll go down. Or you'll be able to get on a public option, which is far, far cheaper. Like, it's not rocket science, guys. A public option is objectively better than what we have now. The administration we have now is not going to pass Medicare for all. They will not. It's not going to happen. They will pass a public option, or they'll consider passing a public option, so we need to push them on that. And then, when the public option is not good enough, we need to push it further. Because we already know it's not going to be good enough. Medicare for all is the only way. There's no way around it for me and thousands of others. Well, for thousands of other people that are in an even worse spot than you, Medicare for all is the only way forward. And by the way, it's nice you can wait 4 years or 8 years or however long it takes for a Bernie Sanders to maybe get elected, as if it's even a fucking given that it's gonna happen. But again, there's a lot of people that can't wait, that need cheaper healthcare now. I was billed $20K a month, goddamn. This is a bit of a personal story, but I've had a hospital bill around $2.5K for everything I needed. Had a bad skin infection. Better insurance would have made that more affordable. Yeah. I want Medicare for all too, guys. I do. I'm just being realistic here and saying we're not getting it in the next 4 years. So let's push for that public option. Again, motherfuckers. Bernie's Medicare for all plan started with a public option. Bernie's Medicare for all plan had a 4 to 8 year period at the beginning of it that would be a public option. So even if we got Bernie Sanders' Medicare for All plan passed tomorrow, the next 4 to 8 years would still be a public option. I'm not saying that again. If you didn't get that through your thick skulls, then go back and listen to it again. Because I have made this argument 1,000,001 times. I said this 1,000,000 times back when the Jimmy Dore crowd was doing their stupid fucking force the vote bullshit. It's going to start with a public option. Everyone thinks that like a bill gets passed and then tomorrow everything's different. No. There's years of implementation and building these programs up. Would it cover surgeries? I have no idea. There hasn't been the public option bill has not been proposed yet. I don't know who's working on it. Hopefully we got the squad in there. We got Bernie and his people in there. Hopefully they get some good stuff in there. Hopefully they make it better than it otherwise would have been. Because, by the way, the fucking squad and Bernie and them are being able to influence legislature. So I'm sorry, guys. I'm tired of repeating myself. I'm tired of repeating myself. I've said this 1,000,000 times. It's truly disgusting that the U.S. citizens pay more taxes than almost every European country, yet we have zero say as to where those tax dollars are allocated. I agree. I fucking agree with that. You will get my full agreement there. I mean, if only you could, like, while you're filling out your taxes, I'm not saying all of it, but maybe there could be a certain percentage of it that you can allocate where you want it to go. You're like, no, I want this to go to schools. I want this to go to, I don't know, if you're a bootlicker, I want this to go to police. We can refund the police, you know? Yeah, let us vote with our fucking money. It's how fucking democracy is supposed to work. Doesn't. Let us vote with our tax dollars too. Yeah, I'd love that. I would love that. Yo, what up, Berserk? I just can't believe that some people are like, I don't need insurance. Yeah, dude. I don't need insurance. Whatever. Humans are shitty machines. Everyone gets sick, but it's your choice. But I can guarantee you'll be unhappy with zero. Yeah, no, you need insurance. You need something. I got zero insurance right now. Zero. None. So, trust me. Public option would be a step up. Probably be better than the insurance that's offered at Chess's work as well, because it's shitty. I genuinely know people that say they don't need insurance. Yeah, I used to think that way too. Even though I've had fucking health issues my entire life. I just thought, I'll just ignore them. I'll be fine, guys. Whatever. Who wants to live to be 60? God damn it. Water. Holy fuck. My ex in the Netherlands paid 50 euros for healthcare a month. Damn. And they covered SRS and HRT. Damn, yo. Yeah, here in America, you have legit fucking, you have legit dipshits being like, I don't want my tax dollars going to pay for veterans to transition. I don't want to pay for military vets to get them hormones and them transgender surgeries. That argument makes me mad as fuck, especially coming from right-wingers, dude. Holy fuck. Like, you claim to respect the vets, you claim to care about the fucking military, but yet you would disrespect and shit on someone who fought for your fucking freedom. Something which, by the way, most of these people that complain about this are not willing to do themselves. You're gonna say they don't deserve... They deserve everything, okay? They deserve free elective surgeries, which this isn't, by the way. But, yeah, like, unironically, if a fucking, if a woman, or even a fucking cisgender heterosexual man goes through fucking the military, fighting for our fucking freedom overseas, theoretically, and comes home and wants an elective fucking boob job, yeah, this fucking cisgender hetero man will like, yeah, dude, I just want tits, yo, I want to play with them, I think it'd be fun, yo, titties. Why shouldn't we pay for that? No, it's not too far. No, it's not. Let them. I don't care. I don't care. The amount of money that we fucking waste, the amount of fucking, the amount we just shit on the fucking veterans in general in this country. Holy fuck. Get out of here. You're gonna concern troll about a couple fucking surgeries as if that's gonna break the bank. Give me a fucking break. And again, as if your tax dollars are going to that. But you know what? Overall, your tax dollars... See, here's the thing. I love it. Right-wingers think that this argument means something when they say, I don't want my tax dollars to go to this. You think us lefties want our tax dollars to go anywhere they go? I mean, dude, our tax dollars, again, hey, military funding, bombing brown people overseas. You think I like that? You think I enjoy knowing that my money is going to murder brown children overseas? Yeah, I'm just talking about like a boob job, okay? Yeah, if you serve in the military, yeah, you can have a free boob job, okay? I don't care. You're cis, you're trans, I don't care. You're a fucking cis het blonde bimbo who only cares about her vanity and her looks, and just, I want my tits to be bigger. I want my tits to be bigger than my head. I want my tits to be so big that like everybody can see them from like miles away, and like every man that meets me wants to buy me a drink and like wants to tell me how hot I am, and like no one stops staring because, oh my god, I just want to have the best tits ever. I don't care. Let her have them. She's a veteran. She fought in the military, right? What is this bullshit? Yeah, why not? Holy fuck. It's the least you can do for the troops. You motherfuckers who claim to care about the troops. I think, by the way, did Biden unban trans people from the military? I think he did. Wait. I just want B or C. I feel offended, that voice. Oh my god, you're offended? Why? Yeah, I just want B cups or C cups. I don't care. I'll have little titties. I don't care. I just want titties. I want real titties. I know someone asked me earlier. No, I'm not taking HRT yet. I'm still really scared to start that, mostly because of the money. It's expensive and I'm broke. By the way, guys, feel free to donate if you're enjoying these streams. I have a Streamlabs link down below. Go click it. Go donate money. I love you guys. I'll give you an E. Okay, give me an E. My small heterosexuality is destroyed. No. I know you put your life on the line for us, but, you know, we're not going to do shit for you. Yeah, that's pretty much been the attitude in this country. Like, holy shit, dude. Right-wingers acting like... You know, okay, fine. It's bad enough that they act like regular people don't deserve any help from the government. But holy fucking shit, okay? I love how they act like we should roll out the red carpet for the troops in some areas. But then it's like, well, not for trans people, though. They're gonna go join the military just so they can get fucking transgender surgery. Even if that's true, by the way, who cares? They're still joining the military, dipshit. They're still defending your fucking freedom, dipshit. That right-winger I listened to, that lunatic that doesn't understand student loan debt, was like... Oh, well, you want to go to college and have it be affordable? Just join the military. Okay. I love how some right-wingers say we should do that. I bet if I asked that same guy about transgender people in the military, he'd be like, no. We shouldn't be paying for that. Holy fuck. Oh, I'm sorry I couldn't re-up on Patreon. I'm dead broke at the moment. Don't worry about it, yo. By the way, okay, for anyone who is a patron, by the way, I want to say I apologize for not doing a stream last month. I am going to do 2 patron streams this month. I'm going to do one this week. And if you were a patron last month, but you canceled, you will still get access to my to the show that I do this week, okay? So I will message everybody on Patreon who is or was a patron with the link to that this week. Either Friday or Sunday. We'll see. Military denied you. Damn. Well, military would probably deny me too for a ton of reasons, so not surprised. I was more curious about if you met your donation goal, and I know that was one of the goals, so I asked. Oh, yeah, no, that money is still in a fund waiting for that, but unfortunately, that's like that money might cost like might cover like a single doctor's visit. Probably not the drugs. So I've been just trying to save up a bit of extra money, and yeah, I'm probably gonna call a place like this week or this month. I really do want to start that. Like it's yeah, I really want to get on the hormones. I want the body hair to go away, and I want titties, and I want to. God damn it! I love you guys. Might try again if they're paying for transitioning. I don't know if they are. Well, because as a veteran, you get special health insurance, right? I don't see why it wouldn't cover that. It should. It's a fucking... I mean, gender dysphoria is a mental disorder that needs treatment. So I want titties. I love it. I know. Who doesn't want titties? I want titties. I know. They're fake. Okay. They're fake. Sorry to break the fourth wall, but they're fake. I want real ones. Like SRS for bottom is 30K to 50K. Damn. I don't plan to get bottom surgery. I just want to get on hormones, and we'll see where we go from there. Yeah, I'm not interested in bottom surgery. You can absolutely get HRT on active duty, and VA healthcare will also cover it, I think. Okay. My bones are weaker now. Yeah. Yeah, that might be a reason why. See, that might be a reason why they might not let you in. Like, here's the thing. There's nothing wrong with letting trans people join the military, but letting trans women who are going through HRT join the military, I could see concerns there. I could see concerns. I do. I want it gone. I've never had a problem with my penis. I have dysphoria about pretty much every other part of my body, but not that. Which I guess I'm fortunate, because I do not want bottom surgery. It does not seem pleasant, and yeah. HRT lowers bone density. Yeah. Yeah, but transgender women in sports are such a threat. Not if they're going through HRT. Holy fuck. Everyone's different. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I have a friend in the army who's almost done going through the process of getting HRT. Dope. I can use an AK just as well as anybody else. Well, fair enough. I mean, yeah. Now in some sports, yes. What do you mean? But most no. What? What are you talking about? Who needs bones when you got them titties? Exactly. Exactly. Trump is just an asshole. Yes, he is. Boo, Trump, boo. Go run for president someplace else. Boo, Ben. Boo. Boo. Boo, Ben. Boo. Boo, Ben, boo. 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 Ben sucks, yo. Yeah, Ben cannot. Ben. Because if you muscle up, you gotta be clear with what you're saying, dude. I'm a little lost. Because you can muscle up before getting HRT, but HRT will undo a lot of that. I'm sorry. Look, if you're pro HRT, then yes, you probably, as a trans woman, have an advantage, or could. I will say could have an advantage. I'm pre-HRT, guys. I am weak as fuck. Chess could beat me up, tackle me, wrestle me to the ground easily. Okay? I'm pretty sure my sister, who's about the same size as me, could also do that. I don't work out. I've never really worked out. So I am tiny and I am weak. And if I did sports with cis women, I get my ass beat. I would get my ass beat. Just drink some milk, you'll be fine. I know. I'm drinking a lot of almond milk lately. Because I'm afraid of like losing all my strength when I start hormones. That's another thing. That's another concern. I have been trying to because I've been really underweight for years. And so I'm also trying to put on more weight, which I'm actually doing better with. I've actually gained I think 20 pounds in the last few months, which is really good because I need to not be a toothpick. Anorexia is not good, guys. It's not good. It's really bad when the only stories I hear about trans people in sports is from people who would have lost anyway. Like that girl who came in 8th place. Yeah. Yeah. It's like, well, I would have come in 6th if they didn't let trannies join. No fair. Boo. Yeah. That annoys me too, trust me. I'll give you my body fat. Yeah, dude. Trust me, I wish it was that easy. Chess has been trying to lose a bit of weight. I've been trying to gain weight. I was like, God damn, if only we could trade. Let's just trade. Perfection, yo. The perfect happy medium. Binge eating disorder is bad too. Yeah, it is. Although, look, I can only view things from my perspective. I would rather be eating too much than eating not enough, because part of my eating disorder is that food generally disgusts me a lot of the time, especially when I'm not feeling good and I'm like not hungry. Or even when I am hungry, like I don't have much of an appetite in general. Which is why I got to do the the George Foreman situation in order to give myself an appetite. Which helps. Trump's small brain. Yes. I feel empty when I gorge myself to feel something. Well, try making yourself feel something in a different way. You know what always... honestly, you know what has always helped me? And I know it's not for everybody, but like, dude, I just love music. And like, sometimes I'll listen to a song that I know is going to make me emotional because I know I have like an underlying depression and like feelings boiling up, and I need to just let it out. I need to feel something in that moment. And so I'll listen to some music that like makes me feel something. And again, it doesn't work for everybody, but trust me, I know the like desperately needing to feel something thing, which is why I as much as I love weed, it doesn't help. No, weed's not going to help you with that. Again, I have the opposite usage. Now it's not going to help you not eat. It's going to help you eat more. But yeah, I used to cut myself a lot when I needed to feel something. I would also starve myself, which wasn't good. Starving, cutting, drinking. And I've kind of replaced that with like, okay, no, if I feel empty or I feel depressed or I feel hopeless or I just need to feel something, I'll let myself feel sad. I'll listen to this, I'll watch this, or I'll do something that is going to make me feel in a way that like might almost make me feel worse at first, but like at the end of it, I feel like I've let a weight off of my shoulders. Sometimes you just need to cry. That's something human beings tend to avoid in general. But sometimes you just need to cry. Sometimes you just need to let your pain out. I've been trying intermittent fasting and working out to daily to tone up. It has made me realize how much I eat when I don't have to. I will never understand that because, again, I have the opposite problem. I have to spend like 2 or 3 hours of my day trying to force myself to get food down. So I'll never be able to understand people that can just eat and eat and eat. I mean, I get high enough. I will be eating like crazy. Wait, so not only will I need top surgery, I'll also need loose skin surgery? Yay. Huh. God damn it. I'm sorry. Trust me, I want to keep my surgeries to a minimum, especially since I hate surgery. I don't enjoy recovering from any kind of surgery. So if I can avoid getting top surgery, I will. Do you have stuff you like to eat? I don't know. I like some stuff. You already seem kind of hot anyway. Well, thank you. Unfortunately, the only reason I look hot is because I'm wearing a ton of makeup and I have my lighting and my camera set up in a way that I look decent. Look, if I turn down the contrast, you can see, like, yeah. Oh fuck, I fucked it. Wrong thingy. There we go. Yeah, I use filters on my camera. What? I like recovering because constant attention. No, it's not worth it for me. Are you drinking plastic bottled water in your own home? Yes. Yes, I am. And this isn't my own home, technically, but yeah, there's not, the water here is not the greatest. So, not even, because, Chess's dad has, like, a water filter thingy in the fridge, and I don't like the taste of that water, so. I also don't like most bottled water. I only get, like, the purified shit. Whenever they say it's spring water, it's usually bullshit. It's usually been sitting in a bottle for, like, years. They don't tell you that, but that's actually true. There's a reason why when you buy, like, bottled spring water, you end up getting, like, this, like, gross, like, plasticky taste. You plan on getting facial reconstruction? I have no idea. Honestly, I just want to get on hormones and then see what happens to my body from there and plan accordingly. If I need facial reconstruction surgery, then I might get it. Because I doubt, like, HRT is going to get rid of shit like this or, like, certain features. But my number one is I want the hair to go away. I want the stubble gone. I don't want a beard growing anymore. And I know I'll feel better when I don't have to shave every goddamn morning. Shave and then cake on makeup and then still have to use a fucking camera filter to look decent. Hormones change your face? I know they do. But I also know that for some people, they don't change them enough. Like, there's some people who take hormone, like, ContraPoints had to have facial reconstructive surgery because she was on HRT and she still had a lot of masculine features that she didn't like, so she got facial reconstruction surgery. I don't know. I don't like the thought of it. It sounds painful. It sounds scary. But yeah, I don't know. My chin got polished. Dope. My nose became thinner. That's cool. Yeah. I always hated my nose, dude. My nose is giant. Small changes, yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like, if the small changes are good enough that I look at myself and I feel comfortable, then I'll be like, yeah, okay, I'm good. I don't need facial reconstruction. But if I still Depending on how it looks after, like, yeah, I might want it. I don't know. My hips were the biggest change other than breasts. Huh. So you got big hips. Every day without hormones is a day of suffering. Okay, kind of hyperbolic, but you know, feels bad, man. Trust me, I know. I know. I gotta stop putting it off. I gotta stop being scared. I know there's gonna be like a huge cost associated, and that's one of my biggest fears again. But aside from that, yeah, I need to just bite the bullet. I know there's places that I can go to that are supposedly free, but I doubt there's any way to get free hormones. That I've definitely got to pay for that shit. Before hormones, I had way worse mental health. Yeah, I'm hoping it also helps with that because I don't know. I have a lot of depression and anxiety, even though that's more related to my like PTSD. If it alleviates some of that, then fuck yeah. Once you hit 6 months, it becomes expensive. Yeah. Yeah, do what you need, don't feel pressured. Trust me, I don't feel pressured to do anything by anyone but myself. Like, I want to move forward. I want to get hormones. I just am scared of the financial costs. I'm scared of mostly that. Like if it was just free, I wouldn't be worrying. I would already be on it. Don't know if you're able to get state provided health insurance. Nope, I'm not. But I've been trying to get help. I'm trying to help someone get HRT in Michigan through that avenue. Yeah, no, trust me. I don't even have citizenship yet. I used OTK for hormones. I don't know what that is. Oh, yeah, you were talking about that earlier. They use Bitcoin. Yeah, I don't know what that is, but it sounds dumb. My manic and depressive episodes got less intense and less frequent within the first 2 weeks of starting HRT. Damn, that's really good. Okay, I've got to get on HRT. I really do. Guys, remember, if you feel like donating, there's links in the description. Go donate. It's a pharmacy. Yeah, part of me has kind of been waiting until like I've got like a better income on like Patreon and like on my channel here and like, but there's no guarantee that that's ever gonna happen. I might always just be a tiny ass nobody with no audience. So if I wait on that, like, I'll never do anything. Yeah, that's my other big barrier. That's my other big barrier. So I have to go to some place that'll actually that's like free or that's like cheap, affordable for like people with no insurance, because I can't even get insurance of any kind right now. Starting HRT, realize how much dysphoria I actually had. Yeah, I'll be honest. Like, the dysphoria kind of comes for waves. It comes in waves for me. Like last night, because yesterday I didn't stream at all, so I didn't bother putting on any makeup. And every night, like, because I mean, I go to bed. I don't go to bed until like 5 a.m. Long story. Realize I can't get into it. But what is it? Yeah, last night. So like, usually the later it gets, the more stubble grows back. Because I shave like first thing when I wake up, and since I go to bed at like 5 a.m., I've usually got like a decent amount of stubble before I go to bed. And yesterday, I'm just like, because most of the time I just don't care. But yesterday, like, I was like in the bathroom and I'm like washing my hands and I'm like looking in the mirror and just like, I wanted to break the mirror. Just like my face made me mad. As like other times I can look at it and just not really care. But sometimes like I really fucking just can't handle it and I just want to like burst into tears. Which is kind of hard. I think I told some of you about this, but and this is unrelated. This is something I've kind of been wanted to talk about because it's kind of been bothering me for a while. So a few weeks ago, and this is part of why, like, the other week I kind of just didn't feel like streaming for a while, for a couple days, but I mean, I told you guys, and I was kind of excited about the fact that the last time before when I talked to my little sister, she actually agreed to call me Jamie, and she actually agreed to not dead name me and, or not misgender me. And, you know, we started talking about like makeup and dresses and shit, which was kind of nice because she's like super, super right-wing indoctrinated by my parents. But this last week, she called me again, and she was like, she kept calling me by my birth name, which I asked her to not do. And she kept misgendering me, and I was just like, please don't. I'm like, she's like, what? But this is your name. I'm like, no, it's not. That's, nobody calls me that. And also, side thing, my parents have this weird thing that they've instilled into my sister now. Because my mother gave my sister a name with a hyphen, like Mary Kate, for example. I'm obviously not going to tell you the real name, but basically, yeah, my sister's name is Mary Kate, and my mother insists that you call her Mary Kate, not Mary, not M, not Katie, has to be Mary Kate. And no one in my family does this because it's stupid and annoying and it takes too long to say. By the way, her names are even longer than that. One of her names has 3 syllables in it, okay? So my mother insists that everyone calls her like Mariah Katie, you know? Like you must, this is her name and you can't shorten it. And so because I called her like a shortened version of her name that I've always called her, just like kind of like a cute like nickname, she's like, well, you call me that, and that's not my real name. So if you're not going to call me by my real name, then I don't have to call you Jamie. And that kind of is annoying because it's not the same thing at all. I just shorten her name to save time, but whatever. That's how childish my parents are. They want to act like those things are equivalent. But yeah, like, she finally was just like, okay, whatever, I'm just gonna go. And I sent her a message just being like, look, I don't mind talking to you. If you want to call me if you want to talk to me. Like, my name is Jamie. Nobody calls me anything different, and I'm not going to answer to anything different. And she started telling me that I'm being childish, that God made two genders, men and women. I'm a man, and I'm confused, and I'm being a child, and I need to grow the fuck up. Which is ironic as fuck, because I know that's something that my dad told her, and my dad hasn't had a job for the last 20 years. My parents telling people to grow the fuck up is laughable. Can I call your mom crazy? Yes. My parents are both crazy. But anyway, yeah, unfortunately that exchange just got too toxic, and I ended up having to block her. She even threatened to block me at once. She's like, if you don't stop swearing, because I said fuck. Ooh, scary. She's 14, okay? I'm like, don't fucking tell me this or whatever. I don't know. Doesn't matter. She's like, if you don't stop swearing at me, I'm going to block you. And I'm like, you're going to block me? And by the way, I only said fuck because she got like so like toxic. So I was just like, I'm going to block you now because it's clear to me that I can't have a relationship with you right now. You're too indoctrinated. You're too... I even told her, I'm like, you have a very short-sighted view of the world. There's a lot you don't understand yet. And while I don't hate you for those things, I can't have you in my life right now either. And that really sucks because I've clashed with this sister a number of times over my parents, her defending my parents in general, who are just shitty people who she thinks are amazing for some reason, I don't know. But it made me think of something. Because my response back to her when she said I was being childish was that, you know, it's funny because you can call me childish for being like this all you want. But honestly, if I look inward, if I'm being fucking honest with myself, having the strength to admit to myself who I am, to look inward, to do that deep self-examination, and come out the other side more honest with myself than I have ever had the courage to be before, that requires some goddamn maturity. That requires more strength than I know anyone in my family has. So, enjoy your little superior moralizing, okay? You want to like talk down to me and belittle me. I'm stronger than you could ever fucking hope to be, bitch. Because you know what? I deal with dysphoria. I look in the mirror and I fucking... I want to cry sometimes. But I don't. Sometimes I do, but a lot of the times I'm strong enough to not. I'm strong enough to be like, you know what? I don't care. I'm beautiful on the inside, and that's all that matters. And eventually, I'll look more how I want to. But for right now, it's not the end of the world. I'm okay. In fact, I'm doing better than I have in my entire fucking life. I'm doing better than I ever have been. And so for those of you guys out there who are maybe dealing with something similar, I really do want you guys to remember that. This is not childish. This is not frivolous. This is not a joke. This is something that requires more strength than most people will ever be able to exhibit in their entire fucking lives. Which is why a lot of people will continue living their shitty lives, never change anything, never try to improve, never try to be better. But we can be better than that. We already are. We're able to be more honest with ourselves than most people are. Because there's a lot of people out there. I wholeheartedly believe, okay, that there's way more LGBTQ people out there than we think. The only problem is a lot of them are hiding in the closet because they're still ashamed of themselves. They still can't admit certain things about themselves. And it's sad. And I'm not saying that we need to condemn these people or look down on them for that. But just remember, especially when they try to look down on you for what you're doing, and remember that no, I'm stronger than you, bitch. I have more fucking strength than you. I have more self-honesty. I love myself more than you do. I mean, before I hated myself and felt gross, didn't want to come out and admit maybe I was the problem. Yeah. They teach you to be ashamed of yourself. They teach you to be ashamed of who you are so that you hide it. Like, I'll be honest, most people, like, most of our parents, if they could choose, they could flip the transgender switch for their child on or off. They'd flip it off. They'd duct tape it off. They'd be like, nope. Don't want that. But that's another thing. They don't get to choose shit for us anymore. They don't get to control our lives. They don't get to decide how we live, who we are, what we do. All they can do is sit back and hate. Because that's all these people do is just hate. And it's sad. It really is sad to have your worldview informed on hate, on bigotry. So just try to remember that if you're feeling like you're not good enough, if you're dealing with people like trying to act superior to you, trying to put you down, fuck them. They're not strong enough to go through what we have to go through. And most of them never will be. Like I said, me and my sisters growing up often made fun of just how gay our dad is, like in general. Like, he exhibits, I guess now you'd call it queer. He exhibits a lot of queer behaviors. As much as our father would like to act like there's only two genders and men are made to be men and women are made to be women, he acts pretty fucking effeminate at times. He engages in a lot of hobbies and activities that are not generally seen as manly. Our dad likes dancing. He's started like several like dance groups in his church that do like some really like really gay like interpretive dance that like, look, I've liked dance growing up too, and I've been a dancer on and off throughout my life, but there is nothing gayer than interpretive dance, okay? Okay? And I'm saying that as a filthy fucking tranny faggot, okay? Like, there is nothing gayer than interpretive dance. Nothing. And so I look at my dad and I actually kind of laugh because I go, you would almost definitely be more comfortable, maybe not identifying differently, but just not holding yourself to such a rigid standard, because I've seen him almost like, do things that are a little less traditionally masculine, and then feel like he almost has to like, whoa, no, I am masculine. Look at me. I'm a man. Which is kind of dumb. Because I feel like he would be genuinely happier if he was able to just accept things about himself, just be himself. Not hide, not fucking like repress himself. So tell your dad he's in the closet. He's in some closet, okay? I don't know whether he likes men or whether he's just more effeminate. I don't know if he's like trans, like deep down, or if he's just queer, or if he's just different. But you know what? I can tell he hates himself. I can tell a lot of people that are bigots hate themselves. And I know my dad hates himself, by the way, because of the way he raised me. He raised me to be very self-critical. He raised me, like, he would always point out every little mistake I would make, any little flaw in my personality, in my being, any little flaw, he would point it out, and he would try to make me be ashamed of it. He would try to make me be hyper aware of these things. And I realize that comes from a place of, he probably looks back and wishes he could say the same thing to himself when he was younger, so that he could be more the type of person he wanted to be and be less ashamed of himself or whatever. So the fact that he projects that self-hatred onto me and expects me to be hypercritical of everything about myself, which is something that I'm still working to not let affect me as much as it once did. But yeah, overall, it tells me that his opinion is worthless. And if you guys have fucking homophobic, transphobic parents, their opinion is probably just as worthless. Because they're not being able to accept you for who you are really is more down to their baggage than it is yours. And that's important to remember. Dad would tell me every day I was worthless. Why can't you be like your sisters? I am being more like my sisters. That's what you said you wanted, right? I know what you mean though. My dad would always be like, my sister, why can't you be like your sister? Like, my oldest sister has been like the fucking like perfect child in our family. The put up on a pedestal and viewed as like, yes, she is the ultimate, she is what it means to be the perfect child. Why can't you be like her? Even though my parents don't know shit about her life either. They just make assumptions, and she presents herself to them in a way that is more pleasing to them, which isn't even for their benefit. It's so that she can have a relationship with her youngest sister. But our parents are still nonetheless more impressed by her, or have been. I don't know about lately, but yeah, lately her and me have been talking, and she's actually been thinking a lot more like me lately, which I'm not against. My dad was pretty accepting when I came out as bi. I don't know if he'll accept me being trans, but whether he does or not, it doesn't matter to me anymore. See, I wasn't on speaking terms with either of my parents when I came out. Well, okay, I've never been on good speaking terms with either of my parents, but I will say, I think a week before I came out, I actually did talk to my mom, and it was like the first time talking to her in like over a year. And I actually I tried telling her that I was NB, because that was when I was going through my NB phase. And I was just like, no, I'm not a man. And I'm like, no, my name is not that. Like, it's this, and I'm not identifying as a man or a woman. And I wonder if my mother thinks I'm still doing that. I know she saw my coming out as trans stream, which was a week after that, but for the most part, I haven't talked to them. And honestly, I told myself that when I came out, I wasn't going to care what they thought, and that they could just... in fact, I was almost like, you know what? I hope they hate me more, because fuck them. I hate them, and I don't want anything to do with them. But... I'll be honest, like, I hate my dad, and I don't want a relationship with him, but part of me still argues with myself in my head, trying to come up with ways to maybe convince my mother one day down the road. Even though I know it's a lost cause, like, there is a part of me that has that desperate longing to have a connection with my mother, especially now that I'm actually like living my life as a woman. You know, as a woman, it would be great to have a mother, you know, to like talk to about certain things. And but like, it's clear that's not the case either, because the minute she found out I was trans, she started mourning me like I'm dead. So as much as I told myself I wasn't going to care, I have to be honest and say I kind of do care, and I hate that I care. I really do. I hate that I give a fuck. I don't want to give a fuck what these people think. I want to just be like, whatever, like, again, and the only reason I care what my dad thinks is just because he indoctrinates my sister so heavily, and whatever he believes about me, he's going to make my sister believe. Which is why I can't have a relationship with her right now. And I don't see myself ever being able to convince my mom, my dad, but then I'm like, maybe I could convince my mom. Maybe, just maybe. Oh yeah, no, that is true. You almost sound like you know more about my parents' situation than you actually do, but no, that is exactly true. My mom is not going to be... My mom is too far gone, and my dad makes her worse, and the only way my mother could ever get better is if my dad left her. Which he never will, because he enjoys leeching off of her government benefits, so... I think I understand. It's easier to push disapproving family away rather than engage directly. Yeah. And I'd rather just push them away, and have nothing to do with them. But even before, because look, I have baggage with my parents. They're abusive parents. Aside from the trans thing, I grew up very abused by them. But... And so I hated them for that, but like now it's almost like that doesn't even matter anymore. I just want them to fucking accept me. And I don't want them to accept me, but I do want it. I think your sister could come around because she'll get older and want to break away somehow. Oh no, I know she will. Unfortunately, she's not going to school right now because of COVID, but I do believe the more she goes to school, and she goes to school in Canada, which is a bit more socially progressive than it is here. She especially lives in an area that is progressive for the most part. She'll be around other kids that, like, she will have trans classmates. And if she doesn't have trans classmates, she'll have gay classmates, and she'll have people who know trans people as classmates, and... I am fully aware she'll probably come around over the years. She'll probably say something transphobic in front of a classmate and like get ridiculed for it, which I think she needs. I don't know whether that'll push her more into it or not, but can you imagine the stroke your dad would have if your sister got into like Cosmos or some shit? That's why my parent, and this is why, like, we were raised extremely abusively. We were sheltered. We were not allowed to have contact with the outside world in a lot of ways. We weren't even allowed to go to school. The only reason my sister is going to school now is because she's being forced. Because my parents cannot maintain custody without keeping her in school. That's one of the deals that was made, which I think there should have been no deals made, but whatever. Child services, even in Canada, is woefully underfunded, and they don't do what they need to do because of that. Yeah, why'd you leave Canada? I'm gung-ho on getting the fuck out of this place. Why did I leave Canada? For love. Because I cannot stand to be away from the love of my life. And without her, I wouldn't have had the strength to be who I am. I knew I needed to get away from my family. I knew I needed to, even the members of my family that I like, or that I still love, like, I needed to get away from them in general because I was not comfortable around them. I was not happy around them, and I couldn't be myself around them. And being with Chess and knowing that she accepted me for who I am and wasn't going to judge me was the only thing that made, well, it wasn't the only thing, but it was one of the things that finally made it possible for me to come out and be myself. Because I was afraid of how my grandmother would react. I was afraid of how my family members would react. And I know there's some people, I mean, the way my parents reacted for one thing, but I know there's other people in my family that don't have as charitable a view about me. And it sucks, and I'm glad I'm nowhere near them. I wanted acceptance too, and then my mother stabbed me in the back with hardcore transphobia on Facebook. It took that pain to realize it's easier for me to let go. Oh yeah, once after I came out, my dad, like within a week or two, started posting like J.K. Rowling articles talking about how great she is and how she's being unfairly maligned. And how she's just standing up for free speech and what she knows is right. And that made me mad. That made me so mad. Because growing up, my father hated J.K. Rowling. He demonized her. He called her a witch. He said her books should be burned and she shouldn't be allowed to, she shouldn't be allowed to write her books or put them in the public space, that she should be banned and outcast because she's a disgusting, horrible again, he never even read these books. But yeah, the fact that like the minute like she starts on the transphobia, my dad flips on her, and I knew he posted that as a way to like passive aggressively get at me, so I blocked him. I was like, yeah, this is pointless. And I've sent him a couple letters since then, but for the most part, I have no contact. Every once in a while, I get really, really mad. I get really mad. Like the other day when I had that exchange with my sister, at the end of it, I kind of went off on her and then blocked her. And then I started to feel bad because I was like, I shouldn't have gotten mad at her because I know she's been indoctrinated and she doesn't know any better. So I unblocked my dad to send him a message and be like, yeah, fuck you. I shouldn't have gotten mad at her. I should be getting mad at you because you're the worthless piece of shit that is teaching her this hate. I mean, I've told him a million times that, like, or I've included in my letters, like, multiple times that, like, you do realize it's parents like you that caused the trans suicide rate, right? And I hope to God my sister does not turn out to be LGBT. Not because I don't want her to be, but because I'm terrified of what they would do to her. So it's hard. But you gotta keep moving on, because again, I know I'm stronger than them. I'm stronger than all of those people. And that's what gets me through the day at the end of it, because without it, it would be hard. If I ever go to Canada, I can pay your family a visit. Look, I'm no one needs to pay my family a visit, okay? They'll get theirs eventually. I don't believe in karma as a mystical sense, but I do believe in the law of averages, and I do believe what goes around generally does tend to come around, at least in the sense that if you're putting negativity and hate and bad things out into the universe, you are more likely to reap those things, because that's how people are going to view you. People are going to view you through a negative light. People are going to be less charitable to you. People are going to be less likely to actually help you. And I told my fucking dad, I said, because I wholeheartedly believe this, I was like, I can't wait till my sister leaves you and you're all alone. Because, again, the thing that turned me and my sisters against our parents really was becoming teenagers. And wanting independence, wanting to live our lives, and having this strict, authoritarian, fundamentalist rule set imposed on us. And that'll happen to my sister, too. And she'll be like, yeah, fuck you people. I'm done. And I can't wait for that, because my dad deserves to be alone. And one day he will be. Yep. We're stronger than they ever were, because we can be ourselves and they can't. My mom told me HRT was for guys who were pussies, and my dad said the same shit later on. Look who's laughing now. Yeah. It takes a real pussy to, like, actually be honest with themselves, look inward, and admit to themselves who they are, and do something that is going to take going to have a lot of social backlash. Like, imagine being, oh yeah, I'm such a coward that I did this thing that I knew would have repercussions, knew would make my family hate me, and I didn't care. Knew would make society hate me. I didn't care. Because I'm more interested in being honest and being fucking true to myself. Yeah, it takes a pussy to be yourself and affect your body forever. Wait, what does HRT stand for? Hormone replacement therapy. Yeah, the law of adverse outcomes. There we go. I like that. The law of adverse outcomes. Be shitty to people, people are going to be shitty back to you. Be shitty in general. Be a shitty parent. Your kids aren't going to want anything to do with you when they get older. There's a reason why 3 out of my 4, or me and my 3 sisters, 3 out of the 4 of us, goddamn, it's hard to say that. Okay. Yeah, 3 out of 4 of us hate our parents and want nothing to do with them. Yeah, fuck testosterone. It's garbage. Unless you're a trans man. And trans men are valid too. You know, it really does suck, because, like, trans men don't, like, get a lot of discourse. I feel like trans men aren't really taken seriously or talked about much. And I do get they're less common. And I think that's because as a woman, it's more, as a cis woman, it's more socially acceptable to act like a man. But as a cis man, it's not as socially acceptable to act like a woman. So I think some women that are more butch or more masculine or more whatever are just more comfortable being that, and they don't really get as much societal pressure to be one thing or another. So it ends up being a little less common, and because it's less common, people end up not talking about it as much. But there are trans men's issues, okay? Fuck the TERFs trying to erase trans men and be like, but you're just a butch lesbian. No, you're not. There's a difference between being a butch lesbian and having gender dysphoria. And there are there are trans men with dysphoria that don't like their female body parts and whatnot. For a girl to get boobs and other feminine changes, they need estrogen and a T blocker. Yes, that's hormone replacement therapy. There are also some chems to like prog and yeah, I don't know what those are. Those are more breast boosters. Okay. Well, give me the breast boosters. I want boobies. Males take testosterone and E blockers. Yes. It was meeting a trans man that made me realize I was trans. Interesting. I mean, it was a whole bunch of shit that made me realize I was trans, but one of it was just meeting more women and being like, one, I have more in common with women than I do with men. Two, there's actually not that many differences between men and women in general, or I don't have two, I don't have that many differences between me and women, and then three, men and women in general don't have that many differences. Like, why am I able to have like the same conversations with a man or with a woman about certain things, and it's like, it's not like, oh, I'm speaking a completely different language now because I'm speaking to a man or a woman. Like, that's the way they want to make you think. Like, it's like men and women are these like completely bipolar opposite, like completely different things, like different species almost. It's like, no, we're people. We're fucking people. Some people like being more masculine, some people like being more feminine. Some T blockers are Spiro dog shit, Bika best girl, and Crypto epic, and Lupron expensive. Okay. I'm not gonna remember those, but I'll try. Google keeps removing my messages when I tell them to go fuck themselves. God damn it. You have a wrench. You should be allowed to say whatever you want in my chat. Fuck Google. Google annoys me. Let's see. Yeah, I was gonna... Oh. Huh. BitChute time. Fuck BitChute. If I do anything to change the chat, I'll probably set up a Discord chat on the screen. That's what I want to do eventually. I want to wait till we get a little bit bigger because I don't feel like enough people would go in the Discord chat versus the YouTube one. But I want to be able to do that so we have a Discord chat and people can say whatever they want in the Discord, at least to a certain extent. And yeah, if you guys want the chat where you get neutered, you can stay in YouTube. Did you hear about the bans on Dr. Seuss books? Like 6 books now. Yeah, I don't really care. It's actually not a ban. What was it? From what I saw, it looks like the copyright holder of those decided to stop selling them because they realized, like, yeah, they got some racist ideas in here, so okay, we're gonna stop printing these books. Which, yeah, that's fine. I'm not, but like, yeah, if they want to decide internally, like, yeah, we want to ban these, or we're just gonna stop putting them out in general, like, that's fine. They could have edited them. Well, they may have decided that, like, the changes necessary would have been too fundamental to the story or to the book, that it wasn't worth it. I don't know. Lost history. I mean, it's still out there. Look, this is why, like, I'm not for just, like, removing something and stopping it from being a part of the culture. When it comes to cancel culture, I'm more interested in conversation culture. I'm more interested in having a discussion as a society saying, what do we actually think of these books? Do they have problems? And if we come to the conclusion that yes, they do, then we can maybe, like, make a decision, okay, we're not going to promote them, or we're not going to put them in schools for children to read, but we're not going to ban them either. You know? I just want to have conversations about things, because there is such a thing as problematic depictions in media. There are problematic depictions in works of art. Those things exist. And pretending they don't, and pretending that banning or canceling things is always unnecessary, is just dishonest. Personally, I'm more interested in, I'm more for, like, putting, like, context warnings or some shit. Like, if you're gonna sell a book that's got, like, some racist ideas, just add a foreword or whatever at the beginning of the book that says, this was written in a time, you know what the message would say. You know, we're written in a time, different context, different ideas, different values. We no longer stand by this, but we choose not to alter this work of art, whatever. It's not hard. I don't know. TJ does live. God damn it. TJ needs to come on and fucking debate me. TJ needs to fucking debate me on this very subject. Because TJ was out there bitching, oh my god, they put content warnings in front of Aladdin. How could they? I'm like, did they censor it? Did they ban it? Did they block it? Did they admonish you for being a horrible racist fucking person for watching it? No. Then shut the fuck up, TJ. Holy fuck. TJ is trash. TJ's a pussy, yo. TJ's scared, yo. He's scared to debate me. He is. He wants to talk about, ooh, I don't like debating people. Yeah, well, I think the only reason you don't like it is because you're scared. You know you'd fucking lose, TJ. You know I'd beat the fuck out of you, TJ. I would destroy TJ motherfucking Kirk in a goddamn debate. The amazing fucking reactionary, bitch. When I'm done with TJ, that's all they'll call him. Oh, yeah. Elbow cuff? What? Oh, you were doing that. Okay. Wait, is that supposed to be a yeet? Are you yeeting? Or are you, wait, not yeeting. What's it called? I don't know the memes. Everyone would leave DFF. Hell yeah. You know what? I'll steal all of their fucking fans. I'll give them something actually fucking worthwhile to watch. Okay? Teach them about hopium. Teach them about hope. People ain't got enough hope. Dabbing, that's what it's called. Okay. Sorry, I'm not hip with the kids, yo. I'm not hip with the memes. I'm not down with it. Yay. Yay. Lesbian cat girl. We're all the ooh-woos in chat. I'm kidding. No ooh-woos allowed. No ooh-woos allowed. Kitty. Dumb fucking F slurs. Yeah, dude. No, in all seriousness, look, I like TJ. I like the DFF guys mostly. Nia, no Niaz. Paul is not my favorite person, but I don't dislike him. But at the end of the day, you know what? I don't think they're horrible people. I just think they're a little misguided on some shit. I think they're a little out of date on some shit. And I think TJ especially... Actually, TJ's the least far gone of the three of them. It's just TJ's the only one who will actually have a conversation with me. Paul and Scotty don't want to talk to me. They don't. Paul does not like me. I don't think Scotty cares for me one way or the other, but I know Paul does not like me. So there's no point. Maybe one day I will try and argue with Paul, but for now, I don't even want to debate TJ. I want to have a discussion. I want to get him in a room. I want to talk about our fucking issues. Paul is kind of awful, but whatever. Look. I do think that Paul, not Logan Paul, Paul's ego. I do think that Paul and his content, Paul's content is extremely detrimental to his audience. I know, because I was part of his audience and I was a doomer fuck, a cynical fucking doomer, fucking hating everything, acting like I'm fucking smarter than everyone and fucking saying I told you so every 5 minutes, every time something goes bad, and literally just delighting in people's misery and being like, heh, you were hopeful for this thing, you got disappointed, lol, I didn't even get disappointed because I expected the worst. Ha ha ha, fuck all of you, fuck you all, you fucking idiots and your optimism. Yeah, I'm sitting here laughing every time something goes bad. Like, holy fuck. Yeah, Paul's ego from DFF. Centrist ego. Yeah, I know not everyone in the chat is acquainted with Paul's ego and the Amazing Atheist and those bunch. But yeah. Look, I like Paul. I'd like to see him be a more charitable person. Paul is really, to get back to what I was talking about earlier, Paul is a really uncharitable person, dude. Like, you can't even have a disagreement in Paul's chat without him assuming you're a troll. Like, that's not a positive environment for discourse. And Paul doesn't want discourse, let's be honest. Paul just wants to bitch and rant about whatever's on his mind. He doesn't want pushback. He doesn't want to be challenged. He just wants everyone to fucking bow before his greatness. All ideology ever did was trigger my depression. Yup. Same for me. Not sad to have ditched that toxic waste dump. He's much better on DFF. He is, and I can watch him on DFF. Although he's probably the reason I watch DFF as little as I do. But yeah, I can watch him on DFF and you know, I don't hate his take so much that I get mad when I hear it. But yeah, like watching his ideologies, just his attitude in general. Look at his Twitter, dude. How can you not be depressed as fuck when you think that way? Holy shit. Don't let the doomerism fucking eat at you, guys. I thought you were talking about Animancer. Animancer's name is not Paul. If I was talking about Annie, I'd just say Annie. Electing Biden turned out to be so dumb after all. Hooray! Yeah. I've seen Paul dismiss some decent arguments on his stream. I've seen him dismiss a ton of decent arguments in his streams. He's dismissed every decent argument I've ever thrown at him. There's a shit ton of other people that throw decent arguments. He just gets mad. He just gets mad because he doesn't like being challenged. They're great though. Love them as well. Oh yeah, I love Annie. Annie's my fam, yo. Animancer's real name is in fact Dr. Edward Jean Paul II. Yes, that is accurate. So yeah, look. Wait, Animancer's name isn't Animancer? No, dude. Now it's Anna. Now it's Anna Haven. But I call them Annie. Animancer is my wife. Hells yeah. Y'all should y'all should draw more NSFWs of Anna Haven. Go do it. I know she'll love that. But yeah, look, when it comes to doomers, okay, there's a reason why I go after doomers so much. Whether it's Paul's Ego, Jimmy Dore, Crystal Ball on the Rising, or even now a little bit Kyle Kalinske, more and more every day, unfortunately. I have to advocate against this type of content, because this type of content, it does trigger depression. It keeps people wallowing in depression. And it keeps people cynical about the idea of hope, which is bad. Don't get your hopes up, okay? Don't, like, put all your eggs in one basket. Don't get, like, unrealistically hopeful about things. Don't be stupidly optimistic. But at the same time, don't just dismiss this tool altogether. Don't just say, oh, there's no point in ever being hopeful. Everything's dumb. Everything's bad. Bleh. And the closer and closer you get to that, the worse you do. It's not healthy, guys. It's not healthy. Hope is not a curse. Yeah, I'm gonna write a song. It's gonna be the inverse to TJ's "Hope is a Curse" verse. It's gonna be called "Hope is Not a Curse." Yes, your name is Blair. You should name yourself Blair Black and be the opposite of Blair White. So, two sides to this both being really cynical. What? So, two sides to this both being really cynical and positive and upbeat both have no substance if either doesn't have solutions to go along with them. Sure. Well, okay. I can tell people just try to be positive in general. And sure, it is more hollow when there's no solutions to go along with it. But sometimes, and I'm going to be serious here, okay? Sometimes the only hope you have is the fact that you're just not dead yet. And that's not always the case. It's not even usually the case. I was watching this episode of Doctor Who recently. It was a new episode from series 12, and there was this character that was like really pessimistic. The episode was a Ascension of the Cybermen. The at the end of the series. And there was this guy that was like really pessimistic. He was like, we're gonna die anyway. What's the point? Why even bother? And they're like, no, like, let's try this, or let's sneak onto this ship and we can try to escape this way. And the guy's like, but we're dead anyway. What's the point? And like, someone at one point is like, the point is we're not fucking dead yet. We're still alive. If you want to lay down and die, be our guest. But we don't want to do that. As long as there's still hope, we're going to keep fighting. And that really is what my sentiment, and that's something a lot of people forget about. I'm so sick of this idea that, like, the world is doomed, everything's fucked, we live in a shitty fucking society, it's all fucked anyway, and this is the end of civilization as we know it, you know, we're living on borrowed time. Look, is climate change probably going to fuck our planet up? Sure. But again, we don't know how, we don't know when, and we don't know what we can do to maybe alleviate some of that. So acting like it's the end of the world anyway, why even bother? It's all fucked. Fuck you. We're not done until we're done. We're not out of hope until we're dead. And that's something I've told myself in some of my more recent, like not super recent, but my more recent than not suicidal episodes. I've been like, the fuck, get out of here. Why am I gonna just lie down and die? I'm not dead yet, okay? I can be like, my life sucks, it's going down the drain, everything is shit, nothing's getting any better, what's the point of it all? The point is I'm still here. The point is that you can, as long as you're still here, there is always something you can do to pull yourself up, to be better, to find a better life, find a better existence. And as long as that's a possibility, I'm not giving up. I'm not okay with the status quo. I'm not okay with how things are now, so I'm gonna keep fighting. And if y'all want to stop fighting, if y'all want to act like political advocacy is dumb, y'all want to act like getting any change accomplished is pointless anyway because it's not going to happen, and it's good for you. Stop engaging then. Go work on yourself. Go work on your own mental health. My God, if Paul's ego would just fucking get off of YouTube and just spend a few months not paying attention to the news and just focusing on his health, it would probably do wonders. But unfortunately, steeping yourself in this shit doesn't help. Doomerism for me disappeared when I got on the right meds. Paul is in denial when he says his depression doesn't heavily influence his ideology. Oh my God. He actually says that? I thought he was more self-aware than that. Although I shouldn't be surprised because he's not self-aware on other things. So that's kind of sad. My depression does not influence my ideology. Yeah, fuck you. Yes, it does. It's clear to anyone with a brain that it does. Depression is bad. It is bad. So why do people lean into it? I know why I did. And it was dumb. Look, depression is not laziness, but depression can exacerbate laziness. And you can kind of just build up this idea in your head that, like, you're not being lazy, you just realize there's no point. But that rationalization that there's no point is a justification to be lazy. Because there's always a point to everything. There's a point to going and working in a fucking soup kitchen and feeding fucking homeless people. There's a point to any number of things that you could go do with your life right now. Go do to try to make the world a better place in whatever tiny little minuscule way is possible. Stop acting like you can't make a change for the better. The thing that makes me the most frustrated, it really is, and this is a thing that goes across not just Paul, but TJ and Scotty and DFF in general, and a lot of creators in general, a lot of content creators. This is not just exclusive to them. A shit ton of creators have a fucking platform that they could use for positive political advocacy to get people mad about the right issues and willing to fight for the right issues, but they don't. They're just fine sitting in the status quo, not trying to get a message out there in any substantive way. They might half-heartedly tweet some shit or whatever, or do a show talking about some based shit every once in a while. But no one wants to start a fucking movement. No one wants to, like, get together with other creators, other people that have similar goals in mind and try to work at these things. No one wants to organize anything. No one wants to try. No one wants to try to put something together. No one wants to try to just advocate, just get messages out there in a way that will appeal to more people. And I'll be honest, if I ever reach that level where I have a big audience and I don't use that platform to in some way at least try to make the world a better place, then I will never fucking forgive myself. And I hope those of you out there never forgive me either for that, because I want to at least be able to say that I tried and that I didn't give up. That I didn't just lie down and let the fucking... Yeah, the establishment sucks. Yeah, Democrats suck. But you know what? I'm not going to let them win. I will not let them win. Yes, at least Vosh exists. Vosh is extremely based and does a lot of political advocacy. And honestly, it's seeing the way Vosh handles himself that really makes me disappointed in other creators. They're like, why aren't you doing this? Yeah, TJ, why aren't you doing this? My God, even if TJ just fucking streamed with Vosh more, or like try to collaborate with Vosh again, he'd probably do some good, or just get his name out there, if anything else. Like, but like, yeah, be more like Vosh. I'll say it. At least Vosh is out there fighting the good fight, even if you don't agree with everything he says, even if you don't like him, which I don't get why people hate him so much. Like, at least he's fucking doing something. Pulling people over to the left, educating people, converting Nazis. Holy fuck. When did fucking... I'm sorry to call out TJ on this, but when did TJ convert any Nazis, convert anyone who was a Nazi in that direction? Like, let's be honest, the anti-SJW content led a lot of people down the Nazi rabbit hole. And he can disavow it now all he wants, but what is he doing to fight against it? What is he doing to pull people back over? Again, I don't think it's his fault. And I don't mean to just pick on him. There's a lot of people out there that just don't advocate properly, don't like, and then there's slightly smaller people who have really good ideas but don't have the platform to get those ideas out there. And it's frustrating. I know a good political leader we can get behind. His first name is Gillo and his last name is Teen. Ha, I get it. I am not for violent revolution, by the way. I think it's dumb. I think we can accomplish... There's a lot we can accomplish without violence. If it ever comes to the point where that's unavoidable, then we'll talk about that, but... Anyway. I mean, it worked for France. I mean... Maybe in Minecraft. Anyway, I should probably wrap this up. I did a good long stream for y'all, okay? I know y'all have been pissed that I haven't been streaming in a while. Okay, so this was your long-ass stream. I'll do another stream this week. I'll try and do some more content on the next stream, okay? I meant to do a little bit of content during this stream, but I ended up just talking, which is good. But next time, we'll look at a little more content, all right? I don't know if I'll be streaming tomorrow, but I will be having a brand new if you're not a patron, video coming out. Ended up being a little bit long, but really, guys, I promise you, it's a good video. Listen to it. It's one of my best segments that I've done in a long time. It's from my last patron show, and it's me picking apart one of my old videos, which is really good fucking content. Like, I really do enjoy me picking apart my old streams. I was even watching the stream and laughing at it and, like, enjoying it myself. Like, and it's rare when I look back at my own content and actually enjoy it, so. I was promised hopium maybe next time. What? When did I not? I've been doing hopium this whole time, yo. What do you think my, we're stronger than they are speech was about? That's hopium. What do you think my, let's not fall into doomerism. Let's try and be positive because positivity is important. What do you think that is? That's hopium. Not everything will be, if you want hopium specifically tailored to an issue you're dealing with, or like, you can always bring up stuff in the chat that you want me to talk about. The French Revolution killed a man just chilling in his bathtub. I know, right? I'll rewatch it. I don't know. It's late. Lol. No worries. Look, not everything I'm going to say on these streams is super hopeful, but I like to have like an underlying like hopeful message to what I'm saying in general. And not everything's going to be hopeful. Sometimes I'll come on stream and bitch about something that I'm mad about, but I always try to take it to a more positive place whenever I can. Because positivity is important, and it's in short supply lately. Talk about all my problems. I know, guys. We don't have enough time in these therapy sessions. I mean, keep in mind too, like when I do Hopium Hour, like I'm here to talk about, like, especially when I'm just talking back and forth to the chat. You guys can put out anything you want to talk about. Give you cuddles? Okay. I'll send cuddles through the internet. I'll send you lesbian cat girl cuddles. But yeah. Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna wrap this up. Guys, if you enjoyed this stream, make sure to like it, make sure to share, subscribe, all of that shit. Share this shit around, share my channel around. You guys love this shit. Other people will love it too, I promise. Also, consider becoming a patron. It's only $2 a month, and it gets you access to all my private shows, where I do some really good content, riffing on my old content, which is good. It's the only place you can see pre-trans Jae. So, yeah. Well, and that video is coming out tomorrow, so when it comes out, everyone make sure to check it out, watch it, share it around. Join my Discord. You can get special notification rolls to let you know every time I go live. Also, follow Underhaven, because I'll probably be going live at some point this week on Underhaven as well with Annie. So, with all that out of the way, I love you guys. You guys are beautiful, valid, amazing, wonderful people. And don't let the negativity keep you down, guys, because there's plenty to be hopeful about. We are not at the end of humanity. We are not at the end of society. Human beings have survived so much over millennia. So for anyone to think that we're done now, fuck that shit. We ain't even getting started. We ain't even gotten started yet. So don't lose hopium. Till next time, I love you guys. Peace out. I'll see you next time.